Hills Forest Reserve is a picturesque landmark located just 25 kilometers from Nairobi, Kenya. Gazetted in 1981, it covers an area of 21,105 square kilometers and sits at an altitude of 2,483 meters above sea level. The reserve is managed jointly by the Kenya Wildlife Service, betterly known as KWS, and the Forest Department. The Ngong Hills are a distinctive knuckle-shaped range that can be seen for miles around Nairobi. The name Ngong is derived from the Maasai word enkong'u and emuny, which was transcribed incorrectly by the explorer Joseph Thompson during his expedition to Uganda in 1884. The hills hold great significance for the Maasai people, who refer to them as Oldoinyo Ololaiser, meaning the mountain of the Laiser. According to Maasai legend, the hills were formed either by the imprint of a giant's knuckles or by the bits of earth left under God's fingernails after creating the earth. Geologically, the Ngong Hills are the remains of a massive volcano that formed between 5 and 6.5 million years ago. The hills are part of the Great Rift Valley escarpment and were dissected by faults around 2 million years ago, causing the western slopes to drop into the rift. The town of Ngong developed in the early 20th century as a resting place for slave and ivory caravans heading north. It also marked the boundary between Maasai and Kikuyu lands. In 1887, the hills provided a campsite for the 700 members of one of the most epic safaris in East African history, led by Count Samuel Teleki von Scheck and Lieutenant Ludwig von Honel. The Ngong Hills gained international fame as the backdrop for the film Out of Africa, based on the book by Karen Blixen. Blixen and her lover Denys Finch Hatton were particularly fond of the hills, and after Finch Hatton's death in a plane crash, Blixen buried him on the lower slopes. An obelisk was later erected in his honor, inscribed with Coleridge's rhyme of the ancient mariner. The sharp spine of the Ngong Hills stretches for 20 kilometers, and the summit is marked by Point Lamuya. Like and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media at houndsofhistory.africa. From here, visitors can enjoy stunning 360-degree views of the Great Rift Valley to the west and the Nairobi suburbs to the east. In recent years, the hills had gained a notorious reputation for muggings and attacks on walkers. However, thanks to the presence of armed KWS rangers who now patrol the area, security has improved and the hills are once again a popular venue for family outings. To get to the Ngong Hills Forest Reserve, you should take the Ngong Road out of Nairobi and proceed via Karen to Ngong Town. At the T-junction in the center of the town, turn right and follow the road around to the left for 1 kilometer, passing Ngong Police Station, where the tarmac ends. Turn right up a rough track which leads in 1.9 kilometers to the KWS barrier. While there is no accommodation in the forest reserve, visitors can hire an armed KWS ranger to escort them up the hills for a small fee. Thank you for watching. Join us next week and every other week on our hunt.